Welcome back to the channel, US Rare Coins News, Top 1. Today, there's a coin that many people confuse with real gold, pass around as everyday change, or simply ignore in drawers, yet it holds a fascinating story and surprising collector value, the 2000 P Sacagawea $1 coin, and today you're about to discover why this small golden-colored dollar can be far more interesting than it looks at first glance. When this coin was first introduced in the year 2000, it marked a brand new chapter in United States coinage, replacing the older dollar designs with something bold, modern, and meaningful. The coin features Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who played a crucial role in guiding the Lewis and Clark expedition, making this coin not just currency, but a tribute to American history and exploration. The P mint mark on the coin tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and millions of these coins were produced for circulation, which is why many people assume they are all common and not worth much. But here's the reality that collectors understand: within these millions, there are rare varieties, high-grade survivors, and mint errors that can turn this coin into something truly valuable. One important thing to understand right away is that despite its golden color, this coin is not made of gold. It is actually composed of a special manganese brass alloy that gives it that distinctive golden appearance, which is why it stands out so much compared to other coins. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where the value begins to separate dramatically. Most 2000 P Sacagawea dollars were heavily circulated, leading to scratches, dull surfaces, and worn details. But finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition with strong luster and minimal marks is much more difficult than you might think. Collectors are always searching for coins that look as fresh as the day they were minted, and high-grade examples can command strong premiums because fewer of them exist in that condition. But the real excitement begins when we step into the world of rare varieties and mint errors, because this is where the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar becomes truly legendary. One of the most famous and valuable varieties is the Cheerios dollar. This special version was included in select cereal boxes as part of a promotional campaign, and it features enhanced tail feather details on the eagle on the reverse. For years, many people didn't even realize these coins were different, but today they are among the most sought-after modern US coins. If you happen to find a 2000 P Sacagawea dollar with those enhanced tail feathers, you could be holding a coin worth a significant amount of money. Another exciting variety is the wounded eagle error, where a die gouge creates a line across the eagle on the reverse, making it look like the eagle has been pierced. This unusual and dramatic error has captured the attention of collectors and can bring strong prices depending on its clarity and condition. There are also off-center strikes, where the coin design is misaligned during minting, creating a shifted appearance that makes the coin unique and collectible. Die cracks and die breaks can also appear on these coins, adding character and making each piece slightly different, which collectors find fascinating. And then there are experimental planchet strikes, which are among the rarest finds. Some 2000 P Sacagawea dollars were struck on special planchets intended for testing different metal compositions, and these coins are extremely rare and highly valuable when authenticated. What makes this coin even more exciting is that many people still have them tucked away in jars, drawers, or old collections, not realizing that certain varieties and high-grade examples can be worth far more than face value. Imagine going through your coins and suddenly spotting a Sacagawea dollar with unusual details on the eagle or a visible error. That moment could turn an ordinary search into an incredible discovery. Even today, collectors continue to search for these coins in circulation and coin rolls, proving that the hunt is still alive and full of possibilities. So the next time you see a 2000 P Sacagawea $1 coin, don't just assume it's common. Take a closer look, check the details, and examine the condition, because you might be holding something much more valuable than you think. Now let's talk about what these coins are actually worth in today's market. A regular circulated 2000 P Sacagawea dollar is usually worth around $1 to $2 depending on condition. An uncirculated example can sell for around $3 to $10. High-grade coins with strong luster can reach values between $20 to $100 depending on grading. Wounded eagle error coins can sell for around $100 to several $100s depending on clarity and condition. Cheerios variety coins can reach values from several $100s to several $1,000s depending on preservation and certification. and rare experimental planchet or exceptional high-grade coins have sold at auction for several $1,000s to over $10,000. That's the incredible hidden value behind the 2000 P Sacagawea $1 coin, a coin that looks simple, feels common, but holds the potential to surprise anyone who takes the time to truly examine it. Top 2. Today, there's a golden-colored coin that many people treat like ordinary change, toss into jars, or forget in drawers, but what if that very same coin could carry hidden value and a story that collectors find absolutely fascinating? Today we are uncovering the secrets of the 2000 D Sacagawea $1 coin and why it deserves your full attention. At first glance, this coin looks bright, shiny, and almost like real gold, but here's something important that surprises many people: it is not made of gold at all. Instead, it is struck from a special manganese brass alloy that gives it that rich golden color, making it stand out instantly among other coins and giving it a unique identity in modern United States coinage. The D Mint mark on this coin tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint, and in the year 2000, millions of these coins were struck to introduce a new dollar design to the public. Because of this high mintage, many assume the coin has little to no extra value, but that's exactly where collectors see opportunity. What most people don't realize is that even within large production numbers, there are always coins that stand out due to condition, rarity, and minting mistakes, and these are the coins that can turn into valuable collectibles over time. The design itself carries deep historical meaning, featuring Sacagawea on the front, the Native American woman who played a vital role in guiding the Lewis and Clark expedition, while the reverse shows a soaring eagle, symbolizing freedom and exploration. Now let's talk about the factor that changes everything: condition. Most 2000 D Sacagawea dollars were used in everyday transactions, which means they often show scratches, marks, and wear that reduce their collectible value. But if you find one that still has a strong original shine, smooth surfaces, and sharp details, you are already looking at a coin that collectors consider much more desirable. High-grade coins are always in demand because fewer of them survive in pristine condition, especially for coins that were heavily circulated when first released. Now, here comes the most exciting part: the rare errors and varieties that make this coin truly special. One of the most famous error types related to Sacagawea dollars is the mule error, where the front of the Sacagawea coin was accidentally paired with the reverse of a different coin design. Although extremely rare, these types of errors are among the most valuable modern coins ever discovered, and they create massive excitement in the collector community. Another fascinating error to watch for is the off-center strike, where the design appears shifted because the coin was not properly aligned during minting. The more off-center the design, the more dramatic and valuable the coin becomes. Die cracks and die breaks are also found on some 2000 D coins, appearing as raised lines or unusual patterns that make each coin unique and interesting for collectors. You might also come across coins with weak strikes or missing details, which can sometimes add to their collectible appeal depending on how unusual they appear. And while the famous Cheerios variety is primarily associated with Philadelphia coins, Denver coins still have their own range of collectible varieties and high-grade rarities that make them worth searching for. Another exciting possibility is finding coins with unusual surface finishes or striking characteristics that set them apart from normal circulation pieces, especially when they are in near-perfect condition. Imagine searching through your coins and suddenly noticing one with an unusual look, a strong shine, or a visible minting error. That moment could turn a simple coin into a valuable discovery. This is why collectors never ignore Sacagawea dollars, because even modern coins can hold hidden surprises that most people completely miss. And the best part is, these coins are still out there today, hiding in circulation, stored in coin jars, or tucked away in old collections, waiting for someone to recognize their true value. So the next time you see a 2000 D Sacagawea $1 coin, don't just treat it like ordinary change. Take a closer look, examine the details, and check for anything unusual, because you might be holding something much more valuable than you think. Now let's talk about what these coins are actually worth in today's market. A regular circulated 2000 D Sacagawea dollar is usually worth around $1 to $2 depending on condition. An uncirculated example can sell for around $3 to $10. High-grade coins with strong luster can reach values between $20 to $100 depending on grading. Coins with minor mint errors can sell for $50 to several $100 depending on the visibility and uniqueness of the error. More dramatic errors like strong off-center strikes can range from $100 to over $500, and extremely rare major errors or exceptional high-grade coins have sold at auction for several $100s to several $1,000s. That's the hidden potential of the 2000 Sacagawea $1 coin, a modern coin that many people overlook. But collectors know could be worth far more than it seems. Top 3. Today, there is a modern coin sitting in people's drawers, wallets, and old collections right now that most people completely ignore, yet collectors know it can sometimes hide surprising value, and today we are diving deep into the story of the 2010 Sacagawea $1 coin and why this gold-colored dollar deserves a second look. At first glance, this coin looks like it might actually be made of gold, but that is one of the biggest misconceptions among beginners. The 2010 Sacagawea dollar is not gold at all, but instead made from a manganese brass alloy that gives it that bright golden appearance, making it stand out from other US coins and giving it a unique modern identity. The D mint mark on this coin shows that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the main production facilities of the United States Mint. And in 2010 these coins were produced for general circulation as part of the ongoing Sacagawea Native American Dollar series that continues. To honor important indigenous contributions to American history, the design features Sacagawea carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste, a powerful image symbolizing guidance, strength, and survival during the Lewis and Clark expedition, while the reverse side changes annually in this series to honor Native American contributions, making each year slightly different and collectible in its own way. Now here is where most people get surprised. Even though millions of these coins were minted, not all of them survive in perfect condition, and condition is one of the most important factors in determining collectible value. Most 2010 Sacagawea dollars entered circulation and were handled heavily, which means they often show scratches, dull surfaces, and contact marks that reduce their premium value in the collector market. However, if you find one that still has strong original mint luster, sharp design details, and very few marks, you are already holding a coin that collectors consider much more desirable than average circulation examples. High-grade coins are especially important in modern coin collecting because even small differences in preservation can dramatically affect demand and pricing among collectors. But what really excites collectors are the rare mint errors and unusual varieties that can appear even on modern coins like this one. One of the most important error types to look for is the off-center strike, where the design is not properly aligned during minting, causing part of the image or lettering to appear shifted or missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable and collectible the coin becomes. Another interesting variety is the weak strike or missing detail error, where parts of the design appear faint or incomplete due to pressure issues during minting, making these coins stand out compared to normal examples. Die cracks and die breaks can also appear on 2010 Sacagawea dollars, showing raised lines or unusual raised patterns caused by aging minting dies, and collectors often find these fascinating because they create unique fingerprints on each coin. Clipped planchet errors are another exciting possibility, where part of the coin's edge is missing due to a cutting mistake before striking, making the coin instantly recognizable and more desirable to error collectors. And in rare situations, experimental or misaligned strikes can create unusual features that significantly increase collector interest, especially when the coin is certified in high grade. What makes modern coins like the 2010 Sacagawea dollar especially interesting is that they are still relatively new, meaning many people overlook them completely, yet collectors know that high-grade and error examples can still be discovered today. Imagine going through your change and spotting a shiny golden dollar with unusual details or a strange strike pattern. That moment of discovery is exactly what keeps coin collectors searching every single day. Even now, these coins are still found in circulation, coin rolls, and forgotten collections, proving that valuable surprises can still exist in modern pocket change. So the next time you see a 2010 Sacagawea $1 coin, don't ignore it, take a closer look, examine the details carefully, and check for anything unusual, because even modern coins can hide unexpected treasures. Now let's talk about the real market values collectors see today. A regular circulated 2010 Sacagawea dollar is usually worth around $1 to $2 depending on Condition: an uncirculated example can sell for around $3 to $10. High-grade examples with strong mint luster can reach values between $15 to $100 depending on grading. Coins with minor mint errors can sell for $50 to several $100 depending on the type and visibility of the error. More dramatic off-center or major mint errors can range from $100 to over $500, and rare certified high-grade or exceptional. Error examples have sold at auction for several $100s to several $1,000s. That is the surprising hidden potential of the 2010 Sacagawea $1 coin, a modern coin that looks ordinary at first glance but can become a real collector surprise when the right details are found. Top 4. Today, imagine holding a coin that was minted almost 200 years ago, a tiny piece of real gold that once circulated in a young United States still finding its identity, and that is exactly what the 1825 to 1829 Liberty Head gold dollar era represents in the world of American numismatics. These early gold dollars are not just coins. They are surviving witnesses of a developing nation, struck during a time when the United States Mint was still refining its technology, its designs, and its standards, making every surviving piece from this period incredibly important to collectors today. The Liberty Head design from this era features a classic portrait of Lady Liberty facing left, surrounded by a simple yet elegant arrangement of stars, symbolizing unity and the early ideals of freedom in a growing nation. On the reverse, you will find a straightforward but powerful design showing the denomination, $1, inside a wreath, struck in real gold, which immediately gives these coins both historical importance and intrinsic precious metal value. Now here is where things become truly fascinating. The 1825 to 1829 period represents the very early years of the gold dollar series, when minting was still inconsistent, and production numbers were relatively low compared to later decades. Because of this, surviving coins from these years are extremely scarce today, and many were lost, damaged, or melted down over time, leaving only a small fraction available for modern collectors. This natural scarcity is one of the biggest reasons these coins are so highly respected in the numismatic world, especially among advanced collectors who focus on early American gold coinage. Condition plays a massive role in value, and for these early gold dollars, even small differences in preservation can dramatically change desirability. Coins that show heavy circulation may still hold value due to their gold content and historical importance, but collectors place much higher premiums on pieces that retain strong detail, original luster, and sharp design features. One of the most exciting aspects of this era is that minting technology was not as advanced as today, meaning many coins show weak strikes, uneven details, or die imperfections, which can sometimes increase collector interest when they appear in unusual or dramatic forms. Now let's move into the world of rare characteristics and mint variations that make these coins even more desirable. Proof strikes from this early period are extremely rare and were specially produced in very limited numbers for presentation or special purposes, making them some of the most valuable coins in the entire Liberty Head gold dollar series. Another important factor is die variation, where slight differences appear due to hand-prepared dies, creating subtle distinctions that advanced collectors study carefully when identifying rare examples. Some coins may also show repunched details or minor minting adjustments, which occurred when engravers modified dies during production, leaving behind unique markers that can increase collector interest. Die cracks and die breaks are also found on some surviving specimens, appearing as raised lines or imperfections caused by worn minting equipment, and instead of reducing value, these often make coins more unique and historically interesting. And because gold coins were frequently melted down throughout American history, especially during financial crises or changes in monetary systems, the survival rate of early gold dollars is extremely low compared to their original mintage numbers. This means that every surviving 1825 to 1829 gold dollar is not just rare, but also historically significant, representing a real connection to early American commerce and monetary development. Imagine holding a coin that once circulated in the early 19th century, long before modern technology, long before industrial America fully developed, a coin that has survived nearly 2 centuries of history. That is why collectors and investors view these coins as both historical artifacts and long-term stores of value, making them highly desirable in the global numismatic market. even today, these coins are actively traded in major auctions and private collections, where serious collectors compete for the finest known examples. So if you ever encounter an 1825 to 1829 Liberty Head gold dollar, take a very close look, because even small differences in condition or strike quality can dramatically affect its importance and value. Now let's talk about real market values and auction performance for these historic early gold dollars. Heavily circulated examples typically sell for around $300 to $800 depending on condition and gold value. More collectible mid-grade examples can reach values between $1,000 to $3,000. High-grade mint state examples can sell for around $5,000 to $20,000. Depending on rarity and preservation, scarce dates, especially well-preserved specimens, can reach auction values between $20,000 to $75,000. Top 5. Today, if you think all gold dollars are just small coins with old designs, think again, because the 1865 to 1869 Liberty Head gold dollar era hides some of the most fascinating and historic pieces in United States coinage, and collectors around the world still chase them with extreme passion today. These tiny gold coins were minted during one of the most dramatic periods in American history, right after the Civil War, when the United States was rebuilding its economy, and gold coins were still actively used in daily commerce, making them both historically powerful and highly collectible today. The Liberty Head gold dollar design features a classical portrait of Lady Liberty wearing a coronet, surrounded by stars, representing freedom and unity during a time when the nation was healing and changing rapidly. On the reverse side, you'll find a simple yet elegant wreath surrounding the denomination, $1, struck in real gold, making these coins not only historically important but also intrinsically valuable due to their precious metal content. Now here's where things get truly exciting for collectors. The 1865 to 1869 period includes some of the lowest mintage gold dollars of the entire series, especially certain Philadelphia issues, which instantly increases rarity and demand in today's market, because gold coins were heavily melted, circulated, and reused over time. Surviving examples in high grade are much scarcer than most people realize, and this scarcity is exactly what drives collector value today. Condition is one of the most powerful factors in determining value for these coins. A heavily worn example may still hold value due to gold content, but a sharply struck, well-preserved coin with strong details can multiply in worth many times over. Collectors also look closely at strike quality because many of these coins were struck quickly during high-demand periods, leading to weak strikes, die wear, and inconsistent detail, making high-quality examples even more desirable. Now let's talk about the rare features and errors that make these coins even more valuable and exciting. One important factor is die varieties, where slight differences in design details occur due to die polishing or repunching, and advanced collectors actively search for these subtle distinctions. Another key feature is proof strikes, which were specially made for collectors and government presentations. These proof Liberty Head gold dollars are significantly rarer than circulation strikes and are among the most sought-after coins in the entire series. You may also encounter weak strikes or die cracks, where aging mint equipment created visible imperfections on the coin's surface, and instead of lowering value, these characteristics often increase collector interest due to uniqueness. Some coins from this era also show repunched dates or mintmark variations, which occur when engravers corrected or adjusted the dies during production, leaving behind subtle but collectible markers. And because these coins are made of real gold, many were melted down over time, especially during economic hardship periods, which means surviving examples today are far fewer than original mint numbers suggest. This melting history alone dramatically increases rarity, especially for higher-grade examples that manage to survive untouched for over a century and a half. Imagine holding a coin that has survived the Civil War era, industrial expansion, and modern times, a coin that literally connects you to American history in your hand. That is why collectors do not see these coins as just currency, but as historical artifacts, investment pieces, and pieces of art all at the same time. Even today, these coins are actively traded among collectors, auction houses, and investors who understand their long-term historical and precious metal value. So if you ever come across an 1865 to 1869 Liberty Head gold dollar, don't underestimate it. Look closely at the condition, strike quality, and details, because even small differences can completely change its value. Now let's talk about real market values and auction results for these historic gold dollars. A heavily circulated example typically sells for around $200 to $500 depending on gold value and condition. A nice collectible example with decent detail can reach values between $600 to $1,500. High-grade mint state examples can sell for around $2,000 to $10,000 depending on condition and rarity of the specific year. Rare dates, proof strikes, and exceptional quality specimens can reach auction values between $10,000 to $50,000. And the finest known examples, especially rare proofs or top-grade certified coins from this period, have sold at auction for $50,000 to over $100,000.